In this video, I will be telling you guys who you should pick for your free 5-star selector, and let's get right into it. So, we have 5 characters right here. We're gonna go from left to right. Shin, she's overall a really good at pretty much everything. She's able to group enemies, that's pretty much her main function. She's pretty much like a 5-star Yang Yang, and she's actually pretty slept on if I'm being honest. The reason why a lot of people sleep on her is because we don't really know, like, she doesn't really have a main niche that she fills. I'd say she's kind of like a support, but she's able to dish out some damage. So she's kind of just good at everything. But her main function is to group enemies, and this might be helpful in future endgame because you might want to have all the enemies in one spot. So yeah, that's Shin and her kit simplified. Next we have Kalcharo. Kalcharo's a really fun DPS to play. He's able to dish out a bunch of damage, and he's really gonna become better when Yinlin comes out, which is the next banner. And I feel like you should get Kalcharo early because a main DPS is very beneficial at the start of the game, and that is Kalcharo. Verena, she's a really good support overall. She's actually the best support in the game. She can heal, she can buff, and she's just insanely OP. Everybody should know that. She's at the top of the tier list, and she's pretty much like a must pull. Well, she's not a must pull, but she's the closest character to being a must pull, as she buffs a bunch of characters. And yeah, that's Verena. Ling Yang's dog shit. Don't even think about this unit. This guy's terrible. Do not ever pull him. He's supposed to be a DPS that does aerial attacks, but he dishes out, I'd say, good damage, I guess, but sometimes he just gets interrupted when bosses hit him, and I feel like that's really annoying. And there are much better options, which is why Ling Yang is terrible. So Ling Yang's the worst 5-star here. And Encore is a really good DPS as well. A lot of people sleep on her because Kalcharo is so good as a DPS, but Encore is actually really good as well. And the reason why people sleep on Encore is because with her heavy attack, it takes her like 3 seconds to charge it up, and she can get hit really easily, but she dishes out a lot of damage. And the way to negate that is you just switch to another character after you start up your heavy attack, and then you'll just be fine. So it's not really a big issue. Encore is actually, I'd say she's probably like on the same level as Kalcharo, but in my opinion, I think Kalcharo is more fun to play, but it's up to you. And those were the 5 characters simplified. And for the main topic of this video, which is who you should pick, I think it depends on who you got for your beginner banner. So I'd recommend you either get Kalcharo or Verena on your beginner banner, and then whichever one you didn't get, I'd suppose, or I think you should get the other one. So let's say you pull in the beginner banner and you get Kalcharo, then I'd say for your free 5-star selector, you should choose Verena. And the other way around, if you get Verena, then choose Kalcharo. But also at the same time, I think that you should, if you get Encore and you like Encore, then I'd say that you should just stick with Encore and then get Verena, because Verena is really good and a really universal support. But I wouldn't really recommend Ling Yang or Shin, because you can probably just get them on this banner right here, the beginner's choice convene, or whatever this is called. So I'd recommend you get one of these three, either one of these 2 for your DPSs, and then whichever one you didn't get, or whichever DPS you got, you just choose Verena. Simple as that. Unless you actually like Ling Yang, which you're weird. But yeah, that's pretty much the video. See you guys later.